I think I'm live on both platforms. This is wonderful. So I'm going to be paying attention to both set of comments. But the whole point here is like to kind of just test this out to see how I like it, if I like the setup, and to engage with you guys and let you know that I do want to go live. And I'm not sure if it's going to be like Fridays or Wednesdays, when it will actually be to stay connected and just kind of chat. But this is something I want to do because I really feel like sometimes the social aspect of social networking and social media is missing because we spend a lot of time like posting and just kind of hitting that like button, but we don't always chat or I see people in the comments sometimes and um sometimes I don't. So I did want to just come on here and have some conversations around what I'm currently reading and the projects that I am currently working on. So it is mid February. And we're inside of this 2024 year, and we all have our goals. We all have our bookish goals. We all have our project goals, different things that we're working on, different things that we're doing. And for some of us, it's just to like enjoy the journey. I know for me, I am personally enjoying the journey of, reading and working on my projects. This is one of my latest projects here. It is a cow. And for those of you who don't know what a cow is, it's basically like a scarf that's around and you just kind of slide it on your head. And as you can see, I just keep it on. For me, cows are important because I'm cold a lot, even if my arms are warm. Some other part, like my neck, is cold. So it's important for me to have things like this or to have um, a shawl or something like that. So this is one of the projects that I recently finished. And I think it's very pretty. Um, I knitted it and it was a quick knit. I'm really enjoying making cows. I wore one last time. It was this one here. This is the other one I wore last time when I made my video. And it had a different pattern, as you can see, and a different drape. This one is made out of alpaca, and this one is made out of wool. So, one of the things that I'm going to be doing coming up is actually offering my works. They will be on my website. So if you have any interest in that, make sure to stay tuned, continue to follow, ask questions, reach out because they will be available. This particular one, I'm going to be making some more of them. So they're going to be available as well. If you were over here on YouTube, then please know that you can interact with me if you are subscribed. And then, but if not, it's not going to let you. And I just want to do that because I think that is a benefit of being a subscriber over here on YouTube. And then over here on TikTok, feel free to join in the conversation. Again, let me know what you're reading and what you're working on. If you're joining me from over on Make Rose Arts on TikTok, welcome to Mrs. R Bookish, my page. I cannot go live on Make Rose Arts yet, so I go live here and I have my conversations here. And until I can, this is going to be where I am live because I really want to take advantage of this feature. And I've worked pretty hard to get my following to where it is, but and it's not like this on every platform. So I don't want to forget that I do have this availability to go live. So let's talk about some of the things that I've been reading. Um, Last time I came on and I did a video, I mentioned that I was reading the Book of Night Women. And I was reading the Book of Night Women, but I put it down for a little bit. And the reason why I put it down was because the dialect and what was happening in the book, it was taking a lot from me. So I put it down for a little bit, but I do plan on picking it back up. This is a very good book. It just takes a little bit more from me from right now to be able to read it. So I'm keeping it close. I'm keeping it inside of my book sleeve, and I'm making sure that I continue to remind myself to read it. But in the meantime, I was on my Kindle, and if you follow me here on TikTok, then you will see that I did a video about Moth to a Flame by Ashley Antoinette. I believe that's her name, Ashley Antoinette. And I did my best to kind of like stay away from that book for quite some time. Thank you for the love on TikTok, you guys. Thank you. I did my best to stay away from that book for a little while because I was a little bit nervous about reading it. I saw that it went into the ethics series, and while I don't have a problem with reading a lot of different things, the anticipation of actually getting into the book and not knowing what I'm going to be faced with is a little bit nerve wracking for me. So sometimes when I'm like reading reviews or listening to people talk about the books that they read, I get a little bit nervous because I'm like, "Oh my gosh, um, am I gonna be emotional? Am I is it gonna be too much for me? What is this gonna feel like?" I just really am like, I'm not sure what that experience is gonna be like for me, so sometimes I take a little bit longer than necessary to get into a book or a book series. So that was the case for Moth to a Flame by Ashley Antoinette. I was really slow to get into it. I've seen a lot of people post about it. I've seen a lot of people get upset about it. And I was like, okay, I don't think I'm ready. But the other night, my husband and my daughters and I, we all went to the bookstore and we were sitting there just kind of browsing, and checking out books. And I saw that Moth to a Flame by Ashley Antoinette was sitting on the shelf. And I just said, okay, let me just see. So I picked it up and I started reading it. And if I could be honest, I was hooked. I was hooked from like the first page of reading that book. And the only reason why I didn't buy it was because right before that, if I think that was my birthday night. No, it was the night after. I don't know. But my husband and my family, they had just bought me some books. They bought me Razor Blade Tears and The American Queen. And I just didn't feel right buying another book when they had just bought me books that I wanted. So I was like, okay. And not only that, but I was like, I may not even really want to finish reading this. So I said, okay, let me just see if I like it. And normally, what I do if I'm trying to figure out if I like a book or not is I will go over to Amazon and I'll download the sample of the book and get it on my Kindle or get it on my phone. And then, by the time the sample is over, I'll know if I really want this book or not. And so that's what happened. On the way home, I was reading the book on my phone at the sample of it. And I was like, oh my gosh, this book is so good. Now, there were some things in it that were like really hard to read. I am not saying that there wasn't anything in the book that was hard to read. It definitely was. But okay, hold on, you guys. That was my hubby, so I had to mute it and take his call. But where was I? Oh, okay. So I I read the sample of the book all the way home, and I was like, okay, now I don't want to buy the book because I don't know yet, but I have Scribd, I have Audible, I have Libby for a library. What else do I have? Hoopla. These are all different options to be able to read the book, right? Or listen to the book. So I went over to Scribd, and Scribd is a subscription service, which is really, really great. It's a subscription service where you can you pay one fee, and then you're able to just read as many books or listen to as many books as they have available, books, audiobooks, PDFs. It's a lot of different things on Scribd. So I listened to I read it through Scribd, and I think I got through with it in like 2 days, 2, maybe 3 days. And the only reason why is because I had other things to do, live life, be a mom, be a wife, stuff like that. But every chance that I got to step away, I was reading that book, and it was so good. It was so good. It was so good. I recommended it to some family and friends, and um, I also posted on my story graph, and then I finished it, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I wanna know what happens next." So, over here on my TikTok, you'll see that I actually posted a video where, um, I went to go figure out, okay, what am I supposed to read next? Because Ashley Antoinette has a whole series of books, like multiple series that you could read, and I wasn't sure what to read next, so I said, "Okay, let me go figure it out." I went and I looked up what to read next. Okay. Y'all let me know if you've ever read any of her books here in the comments. Let me know. Okay. Um, I went and I looked it up, and they were like, before you go to the next part, which is ethic, you have to go back and read like 3 other series and then a few standalones in between the series. And then in the middle of the series, you need to read another standalone. And so I was like, oh Lord, what if I get myself into? Can you give a little summary or hints about what the book is about? Okay. Okay, Kathy. So, um, it's it's about so this is urban fiction, and it is about basically we have a young lady who um moth to a flame. It's about a young lady who is like almost destined to have a horrible life, but she is working extremely hard to well, wait a minute. Sorry. Let me go back. It's about a young lady who's not sorry, who's not supposed to have a horrible life because her parents have set things up where she's supposed to have a bright future. However, she gets into some things that basically shift her path, and it's all the in between that keep you going. It's all the things as she starts off as a young lady, she's about 16 or 17, but she comes of age. And it's all the things that happen in between that, and the stuff that keeps you in the book is when you're like, I know this is not about to happen. I know they are not about to do this. I know, no, this can't happen. Like, it's the unthinkable or the the thing you expect but that you're hoping will not happen. That's what keeps you going in the book. Okay? So, um, I am kind of new to urban fiction. I've read maybe 3 urban fiction books, but I absolutely love this. But I like watching like Ozark. I like watching Ozark. I like watching, I've watched Ghost and Power. Um, and then I also like to watch, which is completely on the other side, I like to watch uh Queen Charlotte, Downton Abbey. So I have like I could be anywhere when in regards to my preferences. So um but this story, we just want the best to happen for this young lady. And the journey is about finding out, will the best happen for her or won't it? You know, will she end up in turmoil, or will she end up happy, you know, with a joyful life? And I think more than anything, this book. Oh, you like Ghost and Downton Abbey. Okay. I was saying the other day, like, I think I'm on 2 opposite ends of the spectrum, but that's what I like. I like Downton Abbey and I like Ghost and Power. Um, so this book really, we're trying to figure out like what's gonna happen to her. And more than anything, I enjoyed the journey. I literally was in my house like, oh my God, I can't believe, and my family, they were like, "What? What is going on?" Like, I think at times they thought something was going on with me. I cried. I cried in the book. Um, it was a very enjoyable journey. So, immediately following that, I went on to book 1 of The Prada Plan. Now, I was even more apprehensive to get into the product plan because the profession of the people in it is kind of taboo. By taboo, I mean like, yeah, you'll see when you go read the synopsis if you choose to read the synopsis. But I was like, well, let me just try it. Let me try to sample, right? Because again, I sample. I like to sample the books before I get into them. So I started the sample. And once again, I was hooked. I was hooked. So Audible has the product plan. And if you have a subscription, you don't have to use your credits. And I don't know if y'all know this about Audible, but Audible will allow you to listen to some books that are just available and a part of your subscription. So yeah, my comments are enabled. Let me see if I can edit it. Anyone? Okay, see if you're able to do the comments now. So the product plan, because Audible will allow you to listen to books that are like in the library, but you don't have to use certain credits for them. So like when I was trying to study sales and everything in business, I kind of binged some books on 1.7 speed that were available that I didn't have to use my credits for. So that's what happened with the product plan. I listened to it about a day and a half, 2 days, and then I got into the product plan too. And there were times where I wanted to stop listening, but I couldn't. I could not stop. I was like, I need to know what is happening. What is going to happen next? And so I got through the product plan 1, and essentially the product plan is not a part of the Moth to a Flame, but it's the beginning. It's like we're going back a bit and we're learning about people in this world. Like this whole world is all these people are included in this world. So that's what the product plan is. Now, if you are someone who may have some triggers, if you can find the trigger warnings, check them. I don't oftentimes do that just because for me, I may not read the book if I check the trigger warnings. And when I get to points where the triggers come up, sometimes I'll just put it on two speed or I'll hurry up and read it. But I'm gonna tell you another reason why I just go through it is because I really believe that when I'm reading a book, I'm like sitting at the feet of the author, and they're either sharing their story with me or a story that someone else shared with them or that they became aware of. And I really think that part of my job as a reader is to understand the experience and how I feel about it. I don't have to like it, but I think that's part of my job as a reader. That's just my personal, um, what I personally think. So let me see. Um, Okay, I had to respond to a comment. So I'm in product plan one, and if you want to know what the product plan is about, basically we have a young lady. We have a young lady that once again, her life is kind of like laid out for her, but in a different way. And her mother lets her know that if she wants to have a good life, then she has to have a plan. And we go through the journey with her of figuring out her plan and trying to figure out if she's going to be happy or not. And it's everything in between that keeps you going. And the thing about these books though is once you get to the end, like they are very fast paced. Inside of Storygraph, they normally ask, is it fast paced or what have you? And I'm always like, it's medium pace. These books are fast paced. These books are fast paced, right? And you're going rapid fire the whole time. Like as soon as you take a break, something else is coming. As soon as you think something good has happened, something bad happens. Like it's it just keeps on going, keeps on going. And let me see. I don't know why this chat is not working. This is my first time being on here, so I really don't know how it's supposed to work. Um, but these books are very fast paced and like the whole time, it like I said, is there are no breathers. The only breather you're gonna get is when you put the book down, when you stop reading. That's the only breather you're gonna get is when you take a minute away and you say, okay, I need a minute. That's the only breather you're going to get because as soon as you get it's one of those books I would like every book here, I would have to literally go, where's the climax? Where is the climax? Because like we keep climbing, we're constantly climbing, then you go back up, then you come down a little bit, then you go right back up. They're very intense, very intense. So I finished reading the Prada series one, and the ending left me on a cliffhanger. And I said, the product plan two better be ready. It better be available. And I immediately jumped into the product plan two, which again is on Audible. And you don't have to use your credits for it. It is available. I was angry listening to the Prada Plan 2. I was not happy. I wasn't happy listening to the Prada Plan 1. I was upset with some of those characters. But I did hear Ashley Antoinette say she does not care if we like the characters. She wants to make us feel. And I think she does a great job of making me feel something when I am reading her books. So um I jumped into that one, and then I finished the Prada Plan 2, and I believe I'm in 3. I could be in 4 now, y'all. Seriously, let me see. Because I have it in my ear playing while I'm cooking and cleaning, and you know, that's what I'm doing. Let's see. Let's see which one I'm on. Oh, no, I'm in the Prada Plan 4. So these stories are they're all intertwined, they're connected. And then I found myself back at Barnes& and Nobles checking out some more of Ashley Antoinette's books because Ethic is not available. The only thing that's available is the Butterfly series. None of these books are available. And then one called The Cartel, and I started reading The Cartel, and some of the characters from the Prada Plan are in there. And then some of the characters from Moth to a Flame appear in the Prada Plan books. So it's a whole world, and there's like 20 of these books. So I'm excited. I am excited to read these books. I have no idea why it's not letting me see your comments on YouTube. It's supposed to be a tester so I can see like what this is like. I only for this for my bookish things, I've only gone live on TikTok. I've never gone live on Instagram or YouTube or anything. So this is my first time going live on YouTube. Um, but okay, so I'm in a Prada Plan 4, and that I think that's the last one. There may be a 5, but I think 4 is the last one. And then when I get done, I'm gonna go into the next series that's recommended on the video that I posted. And I may have to take a break just to kind of breathe a little bit. But if it keeps going the way that it's going, I'll be fine. I'm listening to it basically on um now I'm on 1.7 speed. I started on regular, then I went to 1.5, then I went to 1.7, then I went to 2, then I brought it back down to 1.7. So we'll see. We'll see. All right. What are y'all reading? What are you into? I will say this is a nice experience in urban fiction. It's a very nice experience. Um, my husband and I were talking about my reading preferences, and I am willing to try just about anything, see what I think about it, and if I like it, to keep on going. That is my take on it all. Okay. I don't see anything in the chat, y'all. Sorry. Not sure why. Okay. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about what I am working on when it comes to my projects. All right. So I finished my socks. Y'all see me knitting socks? They're so comfortable. I finished them. This is sock number 1, sock number 2. They are speckled. This camera on my computer is not that great. That's what they look like. And then here y'all go. So I finished my socks. This took maybe a week. Oh, okay. Y'all can hear me. Thank you. So I finished my socks, and I just have to, once you finish knitting up a project like this, then you have to block it, which helps the stitches to set. It washes everything. Then once they dry, then I will start wearing them. So I finished that. And then I also showed you that I did my cowl, right? It's keeping me nice and warm. And as I mentioned, I'm going to be offering some of these items um, first on my Etsy shop, and then I'll be putting them on my website. So you're reading a book called The Border. You don't remember the author's name. Thank you. They are, my socks are comfortable. Are you enjoying The Border? Okay, and then what I am also working on is a sweater. I'm working on a sweater, and it's going to be this pretty mint color. It's going to be this mint color here. And so far, I'm on the collar of the neck. I know it seems like a little bit, but these stitches is something that I do like if I'm watching TV or kind of just sitting. I have these cute little stoppers, which are donuts, and they stop my project from being loose. And so I'm working on the sweater. And then the other thing I'm working on, which I've kind of did an update, right? But I'm going to update you again since I'm here, is my blanket. So this has been a year-long project for myself. And this is what one of the things while I was listening to Moth to a Flame and all those, well, the other books that I read, Moth to a Flame, I was knitting on these socks. And then I started knitting this blanket. So you said, yes, it's a challenging book to follow since there's many characters. So I like that it makes me think. Oh, that's good sometimes. When you feel like you're up for a challenge. I feel like that when I'm reading fantasy. So this is my blanket. This is the back. Wait, I'm showing you the back. Okay. Here's the front. This is the blanket. And it actually goes this way. I'm showing it to you horizontal, but this is the vertical way. And I'm just doing it because of how long it is. So it's very, very long. Right now, it is taller than me. Okay. And it is 3 columns. I just got into the 3rd column. And now I'm beginning to work on the bottom of this triangle. Thank you. I'm glad you love the segment. So I'm working on the triangle down here. And basically, we're going back this way. Okay. I know it looks a little bit confusing, but this is what I've been working on, my blanket. It is supposed to be 5 columns wide and basically the size of a twin size bed, I think, is how big it's supposed to be. Okay. And then I got in some yarn. I'm going to be starting socks with this greenish color here. We'll be starting some socks with that. And I was online and I saw someone making a crochet blanket and they were using this. And I liked how the colors were fading in. So I went ahead and I ordered it from Amazon. And so I don't know if I'm going to crochet a blanket or knit a blanket or a scarf or what I'm going to do, but I did get this yarn in. It's really, really pretty. Okay. And then I got this yarn in and my dog tore open my package. It was crazy. She tore open my package. This happened today. So this is supposed to be packaged just like this here. But as you can see, it's not, because she ripped the package up and now I have to go and wound it. So it is different shades of pink. And I'm probably going to use this for a little like lap cover or a shawl of some sort. We'll see. It feels very nice, very squishy, very nice. So that is what I am up to right now. One of the reasons why I wanted to test this out and I kind of just kept it going is because one of my goals is to stay connected with you all and to post regularly on my channel and my TikTok. And if I can't do the recordings, then sometime I'm gonna come on here and just do it live and just let it go, right? And just enjoy this journey and have fun because these are things that I love doing. I love reading and I love creating things with my hands. And one of the things that I want is to be able to have a community that I'm connected with and sharing what I'm doing and then checking out what you're doing as well. And I also am going to be offering some of the things that I'm creating because um, there's no sense in me, keeping this talent and not sharing it in one way or another. So I think it'll be really cool to create some items and help you guys stay warm. You ladies and gentlemen stay warm as well, or you know make a blanket that a baby could have or something, or anybody could have. So yep, that's why I'm here today. And I really don't have anything else. I think I done talked myself out of things to say. I'm gonna get ready to go because I'm gonna make dinner tonight. I have to go prep dinner. I am making galbai ribs and teriyaki chicken with rice and broccoli. So the meat has been defrosting. It's time to go add everything else and get dinner done so my family can eat. Thank y'all so much for joining me here on my dog. She must have heard FedEx pass. But thank y'all so much for joining me here, both on TikTok and on YouTube, and for commenting. Oh, you really enjoyed it. Thank you. I enjoyed talking with you too, and thank you for interacting. I will come on again. I'm not sure if I'll be able to post and say when, or if it'll just be impromptu and kind of, you know. So, y'all have a happy Hump Day Wednesday. Keep reading, keep getting into the things that you love and enjoy, and let's have a wonderful journey while we're living this life. Okay? Talk to you soon. Until next time. Bye.